Hello all you amazing people, and remember you're always amazing because you clicked on this video out of all the videos you could have clicked on. And in today's video I'm going to be doing a showcase of C2 R5 catch Raiden. Basically, I wanted to do this because Raiden is coming out basically I think one day after this video. Yes, she will be coming out one day after this video, so I figured, you know, now's the time to inform everybody how good Raiden is if they already don't know. So in today's video, I already said it, but this is C0 R5 the catch Raiden, so let's get into it. So I would say this is her best team, even if you do have her signature weapon. I think only once you get constellations, I think, is when it changes. Also need to do that. I wanted to switch to Zhongli, but I guess, you know, have to mess up sometimes in these showcases. Well, I say so, yes, sometimes. I've never messed up. This is actually the first time I'm messing up in one of these showcases. You shouldn't ever go back and look at any of my other videos. You should just blindly trust me on this. I don't understand why you wouldn't. But as you can see there, even with just the small little, you know, hiccup there, without using Zhongli's Q, we did have something there. So we also have extra stacks here. But this team really isn't looking at Raiden's damage. It's really looking at Zhongli and Raiden's damage. And then also you have Xingqiu. It's a very, very good team. I like it. The only problem I have with this team is when you're going up against small enemies, you're dealing with the worst of the worst. Yeah, Xingqiu hitting 40k on his E skill. We got to make sure to get that done. All right, so we didn't crit there. That sucks. But as you can see here, I think I might need to switch. All right, so as you can see, we do have a lot of stacks just from trying to get my energy back. I can't really say that this is, you know, the best comparison there ever was, but I can say, you know, it's a good comparison. I mean, we're already, yeah. But, oh my god, it didn't crit again. All right, well, yeah, we can see 25,000, 25,000, 25,000. All right, I don't want him to die. So, okay, we need to... I don't want him to die. We're going to try and keep him at the same element and everything for every single team. This is going to be a little hard to do. I legitimately have a hard time testing this team out because it's so good, which, I mean, we all know, most of us know, National is one of the best teams, which, if you don't know what National is, it's Xingqiu, Zhongli, and Bennett. And basically, that's one of the best teams in the game outright. I mean... yeah, I use Kazuha National, which is just insane. It destroys everything. The extra 200 elemental mastery that I give with my Kazuha just makes Zhongli do so much more damage. And that team is not exactly the best that it can be. My Zhongli only hitting 25,000. We could definitely give her a better weapon. I could have given her Staff of Homa. I could have given her, you know, better artifacts. Like, she doesn't have great artifacts. I don't have, like, the best Zhongli there ever was. But now, I kind of want to test out this. This is what we would call Raiden hypercarry. Raiden hypercarry is pretty decent. Now, Raiden hypercarry is not insanely crazy, and my Kazuha is C2, so there is some sort of buff here, but realistically, it's not that big or important. Okay, I am back. We are here. Alright, we're going to do this, and we're going to not die. Kujasara, don't you dare die. You know, I'm really, like, you fight this guy, you have to deal with low energy and not being able to just retry, get all your energy back up. Because this guy actually hits hard. And, you know, alright, so basically, the gist with this team is Raiden hypercarry. We're gonna get, you know, stuff for being hypercarried by Raiden. Alright, now, go. 220,000, Raiden hitting 30,000 consistently. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's not hit him anymore. Okay. So, yes, as you can see, clearly, you know, pretty good. If I had really gone in for it, then I would have just been able to kill him outright. I think the Geo Bishop would have been absolutely dead. Raiden, just on every single team, she's just doing damage constantly. Okay, so here we are. This team, I have Zhongli on it just because, well, Zhongli is Zhongli. And let's get into it. And no proc on that. Great. So this team I wouldn't consider amazing by any standards, but it can be pretty good. Yeah, as we can see, only like 12,000, 24,000 we do hit at aggravate. Yeah, this team really not that good. We're not really seeing anything too spectacular from it. I would definitely say that it needs more. This specific team. Now, this team can have more. Let's get into that team. And for our final team of the video, we are actually going to just basically use the Archon team, but with Kazuha. I mean, it's just actually, this team is actually good. Like, it is pretty good. You could even throw in a like Kujo Sara instead of Zhongli if you really want power. But this team, it can do work. Oh, Kazuha needs energy. All right, let's do that. This team, if you added Kujo Sara, I think could do a lot. But, well, we're not adding Kujo Sara. So, Raiden is going to be getting, like, a lot of, energy. Or not energy. Elemental Mastery, yes. Yeah, Raiden's going to be getting a lot of Elemental Mastery from this. Because my Kazuha at C2. Alright, let's see. 16,000. I mean, as you can see, it's not bad. We can see the first two teams that I showed were better. But it is fun to, you know, use Nahida. I mean, like, depending on what character you like to use, you use her with Raiden, right? You could use literally your favorite character with Raiden. I could use Ito and Raiden. If I put C2 Raiden on my Ito team, like, let's say I make this team, because I'm C2 and R1ing my Raiden. Let's say I make this team. Like, this legitimately might be a team that I might be able to, you know, have a viable time with, right? I would just do this team, this exact team, right? So this team, C2R1, now this is C2R1, it's expensive, okay? But, you know, C2R1 Raiden, let's say I can use her on this team because she's gonna get a lot of stacks from Goro and Ito, and then you can also just pop Zhongli's Q once you're done with Ito, freeze all of them, pop Zhongli's E, and then switch into Raiden. That C1 will help her get a lot of stacks, and then it'll also solve if you don't have a C. If you don't have a C2 Ito like I do, then it'll also solve, you know, Ito's energy problems completely, like it should. There is no way that it doesn't. Ito doesn't have that bad of energy problems, but they exist. That's the point. And then after that, you can run her on a Eula team. Let's just say she can be used for Eula, by the way. She is like best in slot, I think, on the team for, you know, because she gives her E skill does give extra burst damage. So then you would want like Rosaria, right? With this team, I think I don't know exactly. This is why I didn't include it in the video, whether this team is like actually viable, but I know Rosaria and Eula and Raiden are good, but I don't know the fourth option. It might be Kujo Sara for the extra Electro Resonance, but that's basically what Raiden's used for, as a support role in this team, sort of. I say sort of support role because, you know, she does switch in as a sub DPS. She's more of a sub DPS. I call sub DPS is like a secondary DPS, but she's only really usable in this team, I find, at like C1. Realistically, you're not running her on this team at C0. I got her on accident when she first came out, like the first banner she was on, so I didn't really know what team to use her on, and I was just so disappointed. Like, you can find me saying that Raiden's a disappointing character, whereas when you put her on a team where she's the only character getting supported, or she's making these guys have all of their energy maxed out, yeah, she's insane. This team is insane. Whereas you switch to this team at a C0 level, you're not really seeing too good of damage. I think that Raiden is good, but having her as a role that she looks like she's designed for, when you read her kit, at least that's what I thought, that it didn't really work out at C0. Because so if this is your intent and you're a Eula main and you want Raiden, I would say maybe think twice, maybe just use a different Electro character. She won't buff your Eula that much, and when you actually use her on this team, she's gonna feel a little underwhelming, only hitting like 10k at max, I think. But if you actually want to just use Raiden and you think she's cool, this was me with R5 catch. That's basically it. Like, you pull Raiden, R5 catch, and that's it. It's literally, the rest is history. I'm using her at 40, 110. So my Raiden has 45% crit rate, which is really bad because I'm going to be summoning her for a signature weapon. And 45% crit rate ain't going to cut it. It really isn't. So she has 57 crit rate right now because of her, you know, crit rate on the elemental burst. But 45 crit rate ain't going to cut it next time. So I'm going to have to switch up her artifacts, which is bad because I have a crit damage hat on her. And then also my talents were 10, 8. Don't worry about leveling this up if you don't know already. It's a completely separate modifier. Don't worry about it. Don't level up this at all. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.